What is going on? Happy Tuesday to you. Before we get into the first play, here's the music. All right, now before I get into the first play that I have for this slate, let me just recap here really quickly. Yes, you see it on the screen. If you watched yesterday's video, the official play hit, of course, Jaylen Brown over 5.5 first quarter points, cash with ease, no problem, never a doubt. Hope you lined your pockets. Listen, if you did, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment letting me know that Jaylen Brown made you money once again, as he has done for me several times this year. Let's get to the first pick. All right, the first pick is CJ McCollum over 19.5 points. Now you can see it on the board. It is available on Underdog. It's available on all the books to my knowledge. A -110 on DraftKings is a great play over there. If you have access to that book, Fliff, just check it. If you have it, take a look at ESPN bets. All the books should have this line. It should be relatively reasonably priced for now. Without Brandon Ingram, a small sample size, but he has hit the over in 71% of the games this season, averaging 23.4 points per game. This isn't a terrible matchup. OKC is middle of the road defense. I expect this game to be competitive. He should get his full run of points. And if the Pelicans have any hope of competing with OKC in this game, CJ McCollum's going to have a big game. Now, if for whatever reason this line bumps or you cannot get it, I do think the points and assists at over 23.5 is also a fine option. That's about a -125 right now in the books. And to be honest, I think they're both great plays. I think there's a potential that you could do some player prop stacking with this, where you play a half unit on one, half unit on the other, or if you're playing a half unit like me, quarter unit on each. I think that there's a good chance that he hits both these lines. And the main reason that I went with the points is I want to rely on one outcome rather than two outcomes. I think that he could exceed this points, no problem. I don't want to have to also rely on his teammates to hit shots. That's really the only reason. And the fact that we're getting so much better odds at a -110 on the sports book rather than a -125 is the reason I went with the points over the points and assists. But the points and the assists are a fine option. Against OKC, he has gone over in the only game he played against them this year without Brandon Ingram, scoring 34 points and assists and 29 actual points. This is a great play at the over 19.5 or the over 23.5 points and assists. All right, now that we've gotten the official play of the day, the official pick out of the way, let me move on to some things I'm looking at that are up in the air. All right, now this play I really do love. You probably could really make this an official pick for me. I believe without a doubt that before too long here, either tonight before I go to bed or first thing in the morning, I will be putting some money on Chris Middleton. Yes, Chris Middleton, breaker of hearts. You remember, if you've seen Game of Thrones, Daenerys Targaryen is the breaker of chains, the self-proclaimed. Well, Chris Middleton is the breaker of hearts for us in NBA sports betting because he just constantly disappoints us at times. Like we'll have a good run with Chris, and just when I think he's going to be there for us at all the time and he's always going to come through for us, he breaks our heart again. So that is Chris Middleton, Chris, aka Breaker of Chains Middleton. Now, the line I'm interested in is his points, rebounds, and assists at over 22.5. Now, this line is juiced at a -145 at the time I'm posting this. However, this is too good. I know it's going to move to 23.5, possibly 24.5. I want to get a piece of this before it does. It's it's 23 even points, rebounds, and assists right now on Underdog, but you can still get it at 22.5 PRA on DraftKings. Now, the way I want to play this is because it's so juiced, don't sip that juice. Don't do it. Don't drink it. Just parlay it with something like Giannis's 20+ points. Yes, I know there may be some negative correlation there, but Giannis has hit this line in like 92% of the games this season. It's a phenomenal parlay piece. Another option is to take the Luka Doncic over 20 points. That's another piece that's hit with like a 93% hit rate on the season. Something like that to cut the juice down. You'll get it down to a -115. I'm going to put that on the board because I parlayed it with the Giannis 20+ points. And I think that's a phenomenal play, a way to cut the juice. And that puts it at a -115 for a play that I absolutely love. Middleton has hit the over in 9 of his last 10 games played. He has a 63% hit rate on this line on the season. And to the position, the Lakers are allowing the 7th most points per game, the 2nd most assists per game, and the 11th most rebounds per game. So this is by no means a bad matchup for Chris Middleton. It's actually a more favorable matchup. Chris Middleton, his minutes have been back up since he came back, playing 25, 32, and then 27. Doesn't look like he has any sort of restriction. If he gets anywhere near back to his playing just his flat average of 30 minutes per game, I think he smashes this line. Listen, you know what's coming. This is the part of the video I ask you for a favor. I'm here to try to help you. Now, do me a favor, please. Oh, hello. Fancy seeing you here. Do me a favor, while you're here, like the video, comment on the video, and subscribe to the channel. Ring that bell. It's like he made you an offer you can't refuse, so don't refuse it. Do the favor, please. All right, listen, it is a 4-game slate here, so there's not a lot of plays to be had. I'm going to go ahead and throw Luka up there, but I'm probably going to blow it up on the screen afterwards so you can really see it. I want to actually look at a Luka under. Yes, I said it, a Luka under. Now that I've got your attention here, let's talk Luka on a back-to-back. Not really super interested in looking at his points. As you can see over here on the screen, he doesn't have a bad history of scoring in back-to-backs. 30 points, 35, 28, 33, 25, 26, 29. A little lower than his average, but not bad. What I really want to look at is his three-point made, his three-pointers that he makes. As you can see on the screen, he has an abysmal run at times shooting the three ball on the night of a back-to-back, on the second leg of a back-to-back. I'm going to target his under 4.5 3-pointers made. Now, this line's not out right now, so if it ends up being super juicy, use one of the pieces I talked about, not the same piece, but a different piece, and parlay it. So if you use the Luka 20-plus points piece for Chris Middleton, then do the opposite and take Giannis 20-plus with this Luka under 4.5 3-point made. Now, he has a 33, he's only hit this line in 33% of the games on the season. So 77% hit rate on the season. And coming off of a back-to-back, he's only hit this line one time this year. And that was in the beginning of the season in November. He hit the line with 5. Other than that, he's been under in all 8 of the remaining games here. I think this is a phenomenal play that speaks to the game flow of him just not having his legs. And we know good shooters shoot with their legs. You know, Luka's a little bit tired. His legs are feeling a little bit sloppy. His jumper gets a little sloppy. He gets a little short with it, or he has to push more with his hands, and it just gets off. It's just not the Luka sweet stroke that we've come to know. And I think this is a great spot for a Luka under on tomorrow's tiny 4-game slate. Listen, I know it was a shorter stream. It's a 4-game slate. It's the end of the ugly NBA season. I appreciate all your support you guys have been giving me. Do me a favor on your way out, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know how things have been going. Let me know if your pockets have been lined. Let me know if you're just having a great day, and I'll see you on the next video.